Well, all right, you guys. I am coming to you live from the environs, I'd say within 1 mile of the White House. I could be wrong on that, but it's not too far away. On a somewhat overcast, lovely day in DC, and I want to come to you, talk with you, go through with you with enthusiasm. I want to call your attention to GOLQ, GOLQ. This is a Southeast Asian spin-off of Logic. The names on all these have changed, so I'm using their current names. Anyways, a spin-off from Logic, and a company was created basically out of the Vietnam mostly, but the Southeast Asian client base. It describes itself as a comprehensive fintech platform. This is GOLQ, GOLQ. So I've been busy today. Believe it or not, the phones have been ringing. My dog is giving me pressure to walk him. But I think this is so important that I want to give you what I hope is only a 10 or 15 minute video on possibly a really exciting adjunct to your portfolio potentially. This isn't financial advice because I don't know each of you individually. It's just educational, and everything I say is my opinion. But GOLQ, just to tell you, I bought shares. I had owned and traded shares in Logic and its previous name over the last few years. But at the end of last year, in December, I bought shares in Logic in order to qualify for the December 31st, the year-end one-for-one distribution. Those shares I received in my account. They have no value reflected because there's I don't know if it's a placeholder QSIP or a real QSIP, but the shares had restrictions on the ability to trade because of the spinoff. Well, what's exciting for me is that this news that's pending can dramatically increase the value of these shares. Now, and make them tradable very, very shortly. And I think the shares are tradable to you. So I think there's an opportunity maybe to do something in the short run. Now, the company, when it was spun into a company, I hesitate to give all the names just because it gets confusing, which then became GOLQ, GOLQ. So anyway, let's go through some of what's coming up. And I haven't rehearsed this, so it's going to be maybe my typical video that after I put it up, I go, oh my gosh, I hope that was okay. Anyway, did I say Happy New Year, by the way? Happy New Year. Okay. This is the first thing I want to read to you. This is from my friend at Small Cap Investing. The GOLQ family has 3 mergers already announced, all 3 closing within weeks. He just put this out 17 seconds ago when I took the picture, but I would say that was about 15 minutes ago. And this is the specific reason I'm coming to you right now. GOLQ Gamma Ray, the press release was 2 weeks ago. Logic holders on 12/30/21 split 1-for-1. And then Logic owns 4.5 million shares of GOLQ still to this day. So here we go. GoLogic right now is trading at 260 a share. And I don't think I took a, darn it, I don't think I took a picture of that. But that's true. It's trading at 260 a share. And Gamma Ray is going to bring a cash flow, a profitable business, but 800 million in customer financial assets, and I don't know what all the rest of that verbiage, as they call it, it means. But basically, it brings assets under management of almost $1 billion to GoLogic. All right, this is me in this picture, but whatever. This is from Chris Lecourcier. This is about logic, but I thought it was GoLogic. I saw the GoLogic when I put up GoLogic. But anyway, this will be on a different video that maybe I'll emphasize this. But he's pointing out that there was an 80% run in Logic Friday. Logic has a value of roughly 200 million with the deals on the tape. And right now the market cap is less than 40 million. So he thinks that you could see a 10x move. But let's move on from that quickly. I organized these to show to you I'm going through them with you as I'm going through them. All right, so here is my friend at Small Cap. Two great companies have been built, Logic and GoLogic, with huge potential. In his opinion, shareholders who have held and bought more over the past 6 months will be rewarded in 2023. And because I've never really fully explained to you GoLogic's opportunity, it is exciting, and that's the purpose of this video. So let's go through 3 press releases, and then I'll try to summarize what I see. We'll see which comes up. Okay, this was the announcement on December 15th. FinTech leaders GoLogic and Gamma Ray plan to combine in a $320 merger. I've already read to you that it's 800 million in assets. Okay, GoLogic, a US-based global provider of fintech and consumer data analytics, has signed a mutual non-binding letter of intent to acquire Gamma Ray. What I'm trying to emphasize to you is this has gone very well, the negotiations, and it's beyond the point of a non-binding letter of intent. And I expect news as soon as first part of this week. I mean, almost immediately, but certainly in the first or second week of January, consummating this merger. GoLogic will acquire Gamma Ray in an all-stock transaction based on $3 a share. Now, I forgot to take a picture of it, but you saw from the small cap investing page that GoLogic right now is $2.60. So this is valuing the merger at $3 a share. They anticipate that the acquisition will close before the end of this year. Well, that's why I'm coming to you now to tell you the end of the year has happened, and so this merger announcement I expect to be made presently. And obviously it's Generation Z and millennials, followed by the launch of a new digital payment platform for the sharing economy. The whole idea is that everything's moving very rapidly to our phones and iPads and all that. And this would be in the vanguard of that movement. Youngsters' wealth has jumped 25% last year, much higher than for guys like me in the baby boom generation. And you're talking around $3 trillion worth of asset. The wealth management market should double in size, according to Bain and Company, and exceed $500 billion by 2030. And Gamma Ray's CEO, Timothy Alford, says, tremendous opportunities, growth, wealth management, this highly synergistic merger. Sorry. That's that word you learn at business school, synergies. There was a guy in my business law class that was so excited when he raised his hand to inform all of us of the meaning of synergy. I was so pleased to be informed of it that I've never used the word again. But anyway, you know what synergy is. You get more out of the combo than you do separately. Okay, the stock after the merger will trade under the same symbol, and it'll be on the OTC markets until they change their name and maybe get a new symbol. And then the goal is to get it on NASDAQ and NYSE. And, you know, typical approval requirements. Okay. All right, so this is old news, but I want to tell you this was announced in August of this past year. It's strange to say that already. But what I want to show you is sort of the history of what happened with Logic distributing GOLQ. Okay, you can. It's just an update on the spinoff. You can check that on the Yahoo page. Okay, the 2022 guidance. The company, and this is for GOLQ. The company reiterates its projections in the range of 40 to 50. Sorry, I'm wrong. That number has to be for Logic when they're talking about the 40 to 50 million run rate. So this must have been the last time that GOLQ and Logic were reporting together. So sorry about that. Okay. Let me just see what this is. Okay, July 27th, Logic announced that it had completed the distribution of GOLQ, and there's the other name, to those of record on December 30, 2021. And this is something that I've been talking about, and I'll do a separate video for Logic here this afternoon. For Logic, they're on the verge of another distribution similar to this distribution last year. And Brent Swen commented, "We are pleased with the successful spinoff of the GOLQ business, with which we transformed our business into two standalone companies. We are confident that going forward, this transaction will unlock the fullest value from both companies and create enhanced returns for shareholders." Okay, I'm going to go to the next news story. Okay, that's Logic. I may have I may have put those in twice. This story right here I want to give you. This is, to me, pretty exciting. GOLQ has appointed to its board of directors Candace Beaumont, and her background is really impressive. 2 decades of executive experience in finance, banking, and M&A. Hope I'm going the right way. She is Chief Investment Officer at L Investments, which is a family office, so she has quite access to deal flow and has quite an ability to understand transactions. She was a banker at Lazard Frères, which is a great company. Here it says she executed more than $20 billion in merger and acquisition engagements. She's excited, grow organically as well, and this is the key thing, as well as through potential M&As and strategic partnerships. The acquisition of Gamma Ray is especially exciting and inspired me to join the team. She's a noted speaker for philanthropic and social causes, and she's got a deep, according to the CEO, Matthew Brent, a deep international financial and M&A experience, which is exciting. And at the risk of, here, let me show you one more thing. Okay, the new appointment brings GOLQ's board to 4 directors. GOLQ recently announced a mutual non-binding letter, but as she just put it in the acquisitive tense, that's the reason she joined this acquisition, she said, to acquire Gamma Ray, a privately held fintech ecosystem for the New World digital economy, commodity-backed digital currency, digital wallet, and proprietary transaction platform for securities, goods, and services, and most importantly, $800 million in assets under management. Candace Beaumont is currently on the board of directors of several SPACs, including Clean Earth Acquisition Corp., Athena Technology Acquisition, Springwater Situations. She's on an advisory board member of the Family Office Association. I mean, she's steering committees here. It's a really impressive person to get involved. Dubai, New York, London, Moscow. It's exciting. She's committed to advancing important community and charitable causes. There's one thing that I'm reading some of it quickly. I don't want to. Anyway, she helps kids and young people, which is tremendous. Athletes for Hope, Young Leaders Circle, the Milken Young Leaders Circle. She is passionate about gender parity, which I assume also means that young men and boys get the same opportunities that are being offered with the support of government and institutions to young women. I hope Candace recognizes that any of her drive against whatever unfairness she sees in men having preponderance of positions, those are men older than she is and older than I am. It's that generation, even older than I am. And so young men and young students that happen to be male, let me talk to you directly, Candace, that young men, in their 5 to 10 year range, 10 to 20-year-old range, 20 to 30, they never, just because they're male doesn't mean they have anything or have been given anything that is unfair to women. So I hope when you're talking about gender equality, you remember that particularly in the United States of America, women control more wealth than men, and women currently populate colleges, universities, graduate schools, lawyers, doctors at percentages higher than young men. So bravo on fighting for gender equality around the world. I just hope that you can be true to it, because it takes years to get length of service, years to generate skill levels and knowledge. And so there was an inequality over the last century. But I think with government encouragement, with institutional encouragement, with organizations that focus solely on women to help women. There are no organizations out there that say men will help men alone. So please, as you trailblaze for equality, recognize that in your age range, and somewhat older and somewhat younger, women have reached parity, and there's a lot of and more, and there's a lot of statistics can be confusing, and they can be represented in ways. So I'm not trying to create a debate about that, but I just hope in your passion for gender equality, particularly you look out for the young boys. I'm not talking for myself, for anyone that's already through school, but young boys deserve to know that they're good people. They have a wide open future to them as well, based on merit. Anyway, I got off message, but I think Candace is a tremendous okay, I guess that's everything I wanted to show you. I think Candace is a tremendous addition to GOLQ. It's really exciting. Her resume, wow, for a small company. Okay, so what I want to tell you about this quickly is if this acquisition is completed soon and announced, I think you're going to see other follow-on acquisitions to expand the growth of GOLQ. With deal flow that someone like Candace can bring to the company, I think it's going to be an exciting 2023 for GOLQ. But what I want to call to your attention, the symbol is GOLQ. There is a float of 1.2 million shares. That's what's represented. But the actual tradable float is somewhere around 500,000 shares. So the stock has been, GOLQ was as high as $8 this year when its name was Lovero. And I think it was as low as $1. At the end of the year, it traded at $2.60. I think with any kind of announcement, which I expect imminently, this stock can go to $4, $5, $6 very quickly, and I think easily could trade at $10 or higher. Now, if what I've just read to you gets you interested, tomorrow I would suggest, I think it's going to go up tomorrow. But I would suggest trying to buy maybe half of what you would want to buy. I'm going to guess up to $4, $5 range. Hopefully then there's a pullback and you can add to it. But I think the stock has an excellent chance of heading to 10, 8, 10, $12 based on this news, based on the low float that's outstanding. This is not I'm not trying to say get out of any of the other stocks we've talked about. This is something to do as a responsible trade alongside of it. And I would fully expect that you could see additional acquisitions in the first quarter and second quarter for GOLQ. So low float, big news going to be confirmed. That's already been announced. If I wanted to say to you that I saw somewhere that their revenue projections for GOLQ are pretty high for next year. But I'm gonna, just in case that's something I'm losing my place with, we'll let any announcement that GOLQ makes describe that. But it's going to be an exciting year of growth ahead for GOLQ, assets under management, revenue, and growth, and an exciting board. I mean, I just read the newest. Lazard Frere is amazing, and the fact that Candace comes also from a family office is tremendous. So the merger is going to be completed at a valuation of $3. It's going to immediately value the company at $320 million, and the float on GOLQ is so low right now, but the tradable float, the float that's actually there, I see two different numbers, 500,000 to 800,000 shares. So this could be a stock that trades on good news upward very nicely. So I'll leave it at that. That's for GOLQ. I'm going to do an LGIQ video once I get back from the walk. And all I can tell you is I'm really excited about GOLQ. I'm excited, let's say in the next 1 or 2 weeks, but I'm also excited for the next 1 or 2 quarters and for the full year. So cheers. Thank you. Bye.